Dab it out.
That's what that's called? Dabbing?
Yeah.
I just remember, didn't Usain Bolt used to,
Yeah.
like ages ago? That's me dating myself.
We're live, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hi.
Oh, where are we?
I don't know.
We disappeared. There we are. Hello, guys. It is Friday.
Chelsea!
It's Friday. Is anybody excited? Yeah, your husband comes home today, so
Yeah,
I'm
my
sure you're
husband.
excited.
I've been doing kids and moving and
All the kids.
all of the things.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's just life, right?
Yeah, you're a
ups and
gangster.
downs.
You're a gangster. Oh, this is so exciting. We love pop-ups while we do live videos. So I am one of your hosts today.
Oh, we got to do the Kadima clap.
I'm Coach Casey. I don't know. It's just like the built-in cheerleader.
I was never a cheerleader. Can you tell? Like,
Yeah, even though I would never clap like that.
how do you clap as a cheerleader?
Like you go straight up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it right.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry,
We got
Coach.
people popping on. What up, Dad?
Hey.
Hey, Chelsea. We miss baby Ryan. Send pics. You can definitely send them on this feed. We'd be happy to
Seriously,
see.
let me have an hour. Like, if you want to sleep or shower, like, I'll
She's
come
like,
over.
"Come on
I will
over,
hold
girl."
baby and just, like, get all the baby cuddles, please. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm Coach Kendra.
So today, guys, we are talking about health at every size. You may have heard about this before. I believe it came relevant around 1960.
That's when it was first introduced.
First introduced
as a
it.
concept. It's definitely gotten a lot more traction in the past few years, especially with the body positive movement gaining some traction. It's a pretty cool. I mean, I don't even know what you call it. It's kind of like an overarching way to look at your health. Right.
And sort of like a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right. So we preach all the time and talk about, getting your body to where you're feeling good, where you're looking good, but it's so dependent and upon so many factors. And I think the hardest thing is that we have social media, we have, these ideas of what we looked like when we were in our 20s, 30s, 40s, and we compare ourselves, even if it's to our own younger self. There's always this comparison that is just sucking the life out of you. So we want to talk about this a little bit today. So we're basically talking about health at every size. The goal is to reduce the stigma, right? For people who are overweight or obese. But it's pretty interesting. Like, I have seen thousands of clients that are overweight, but they're in really good shape.
Yeah.
Really good shape.
Yeah, your size does not indicate your level of health. Let's just throw that out there. That, I am a short, round human, and I'm pretty healthy. And the good thing is I have a doctor who's aligned with the values of health at every size and has told me on several occasions that, it doesn't matter your size. It matters more your activity level, making sure that you're getting adequate nutrients. Your size doesn't actually indicate how healthy you are, as opposed to like what you actually do in your daily life.
Sure. And I think the focus is, especially in our culture now, it's become such an appearance thing, a tight dress or like the crop top, trend that's been absolutely rampant. And and it's like, okay, I would like a shirt that goes all the way down. Not
saying
just
that I love a crop top.
It's great.
Which is funny because, my middle is actually bigger than Casey's, but I think it flatters me more because it shows that I don't just look like a bag of potatoes. But that's because I'm short. So like there's the thing about health at every size is it's a movement, right? It is a kind of social political movement as well. And it's more that we all need to look at ourselves and look at our internalized kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Really stigmas, but also just like how we react to and how we approach people of differing body sizes. Humans were built in different body sizes. Part of the reason why body sizes have gotten so big is the availability of food, but it's not just food. It's also that people who were able to gain weight and maintain weight during times of famine survived.
Yeah.
So our ancestors, they held on to fat, right? Human bodies are meant to hold on to fat. That's what they're designed for. It's how we survived, especially during like really hard times.
It was like the toilet paper disappearing, but the food disappeared. So, hey, you got some extra fat? You gonna make it.
So, and it's not, health at every size isn't just about ourselves. So it is a great way to approach health, as in like learning about yourself and saying, okay, I can be healthy at whatever size I'm at, and I can start right now. I don't have to lose weight before I start a gym, right? Yeah. A lot of people have that, I just need to get my diet first and then I'll work out.
Or I need to start working out before I work out.
And exactly, and that's not true at all. In fact, changing your diet will probably, or could potentially have, you could have issues.
Sure.
Relating to diet change, especially if you're doing it on your own without some sort of help.
And that being said, like, which diet are you following? Are you following, we call it, back in the day when you heard the word diet, it meant that you were cutting out carbs, or you were drinking juice, or you were only eating meat, or
it's some big change. Everything goes out the window.
You're only eating fat. Like, there's these diets, but we also refer to diet as a lifestyle of eating, or the way that you will eat for the rest of your life. That's what your diet should consist of. So we sit here and talk about, okay, I'm going to go on a diet. Like, I hate when I hear that, because it's like, well, are you going to eat like that for the rest of your life? Yeah. Or is this just something where you're going to lose 5 to 10 pounds, and then once you eat a piece of bread, your body is like, let me just hold on to this forever. So she's never going to give it to me again.
Yeah. Your body's really good at gaining weight, really bad at losing it.
Super efficient.
Yeah.
At gaining.
Doesn't want to lose weight.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah.
So part of Health at Every Size is, so there is a book, Health at Every Size. It's by Dr. Bacon, which is an amazing name for any sort of dietetics researcher. Yeah. So this is really a meta-analysis for part of it. And a meta-analysis is basically an analysis of an analysis. So basically, this doctor has looked at all of these studies about weight loss and about how to sustain weight loss and what are the secrets. And as it turns out, 95% of all diets end with us gaining the weight back in 3 to 5 years. I mean, I'm living proof. I have lost and gained the same amount. Yeah, Dr. Bacon is not a diet person. Dr. Bacon is a researcher, but so true. Great name. But I'm living proof that in 3 to 5 years, you will gain that weight back. And
a lot of the times quicker than that.
Yeah, and sometimes you can gain more. And part of that is because I was at a weight that was below what my biological set point is for my genetic blueprint, right? I mean, it's pretty easy to see that I come from short, stocky folk. And once I accepted that, and accepted that this is how my body is, I actually had a lot less problems with food, a lot less binge eating, a lot less eating disorder behavior, because I realized that what I ate didn't affect my body size as much as I had thought, and actually I was at a weight that was lower than what I should have been.
And when you sit at that weight that's lower, it affects everything: energy, sleep, the ability to recover, your attitude,
my mood.
Your
mood.
Gosh,
I was grumpy all the time.
Yeah, so I mean, you're hangry. Like, you need more food, and that's something that I think over the past 3 years, I've personally also been learning that, I didn't realize that I was starving myself for so long, because I was still eating, 2 to 3 meals a day, healthy meals, but like I was hungry all the time, and my body was just asking for more. So, you know, up the calories, eat more food, start feeling a little better, sleeping better. You know, it had tremendous changes on just my mood and energy level and the ability to sleep. Because when I was really at a deficit for an extended period of time, I couldn't go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Or I couldn't stay asleep.
Yeah. You wake up and then
it's like insomnia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your body is like, please give me carbs.
Yes, this is true.
But I love this because it's such a body positivity, you know, like inclusiveness, like accepting that, hey, in my family, genetically, everybody's got a tummy. Like, yeah, we can build muscle, but I look at the generations, I look at my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my brother, I'm like, all right, we all got the same thing. Like, pretty lean, pretty ripped, and then tummies. So for me, that was something that's always been really hard to accept. And I've worked and gotten myself to a place where I'm like, okay, I'm leaner, but I'm miserable. So, you know, it's kind of like, which one do you want?
Yeah, it really has to be a balancing act. And that's part of why Health at Every Size is available to us. This is about balance, right? It's not about, you know, a lot of us want to go on these big changes. We want to cut off all our hair. We want to, well, maybe not you, maybe me. But do, you know, let's do keto, or let's go to the gym, and I'm going to come 5 days a week, and I'm going to do it like starting now, or starting yesterday. Right. And going into that, like, it's great that you have that motivation, but the likelihood is that motivation won't last forever. So it's much better to do something that is kind, slow, methodical, planned out, realistic, right? Accepting you for where you're at, and then going from there. Say, okay, this is me. What can my body do right now? What can I eat right now that's really going to nourish my body? Am I actually hungry when I'm going to the cupboard right now? Or am I bored? And then let's say I am bored, but you know what? I still really want to eat. Okay, I'm still going to eat, but I know that it's not for hunger. Right. So it's got a lot of tricks in it, a lot of tips as far as like coming to the point where you realize that you're not just a floating head, right? There is a whole part of this that you are connected to. And you may not feel connected to it because you may not identify with it because it's not who you were when you were feeling your absolute best. But you know what? It's still your body, and you're still going to be living in it for the rest of your life.
So in this book, it kind of highlights 5 different principles of, of belief. So one is weight inclusivity, accepting and respecting the diversity of different body shapes and sizes, and, rejecting kind of specific weights, or I think really like just accepting that each of us is an individual fingerprint, you know, as a body,
We're all just snowflakes.
I mean, we are.
A little bit. And this just isn't just about for yourself, right? This is also about other people. So when you walk into a room, hey Chris, nice to see you. You might walk into a room and see somebody who's a different size than you, and they may be thinner, they may be bigger, but assuming their health based upon their size, like, come on, right? You might see somebody who's trim and lean, and they might have a chronic condition that prohibits them from exercising, and they feel like dirt, right? Or you might see a larger body, and you might think, oh, well, if they only did this, that, and the other, they might be smaller. Likelihood is probably not. And also, we also need to understand that weight and influxes of weight, right, when your weight starts to go up, sometimes that's actually a symptom of something else that's going on, right? So we can't assume somebody's health based upon their size.
Yeah, like just getting into hormonal weight change.
Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started on hormones.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, in men and women, but obviously women go through a significant hormonal shift, and it's so crazy to watch because you automatically just start seeing differences in the body. It's like there's nothing that can be done. They're doing the same thing they've always done, and it's not working anymore. They don't understand why. It's like, well, your body is a totally different makeup than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're talking specifically about menopause, right?
Yeah.
That 10, 15, 20 pound little cushion it happens right here. And I'm going to call it our life preserver, okay, ladies? So that life preserver that you get during menopausal, premenopause, menopause age, that is actually protecting you, because fat stores estrogen, and you need estrogen because your body's losing it a little bit. So that's the sort of thing that'll help protect you from some pretty severe night sweats and other things like that. So, you know, we can say that our bodies are betraying us all we want. To be fair, our body's doing a pretty good job trying to keep us alive. So that's what it's doing, okay?
Yeah, there's a definitely big piece of that that's just loving yourself.
Oh, yeah. Big
Loving
time.
yourself. And
you know, even if you can't love yourself right away, let's say you're in a place where you're like, I think that loving myself is not quite where I'm at. If you could get to a place of body neutrality where you say, okay, my body being the size or the shape that it is isn't a good or bad, it just is. Right? That could be a great starting point.
Yeah, and it's I know even from friends and personal clients that I've trained, like, that shift is very difficult to accept because
it takes years.
I'm doing the same things. I'm eating right. I'm normally, whenever I would eat like this for 6 weeks, I would have already lost weight. Now I haven't lost any. And it's just like this, hey, like, we have to step back and remind ourselves, like, our bodies are changing, things are different. What am I doing for longevity? And trying to accept and just embrace, right? And embrace yourself.
There's
and
other
your
parts to
changes.
life besides the sides of your body.
Oh, gosh.
There's a lot of other parts to life.
It's so easy to get stuck.
Yeah.
Though,
Oh, yeah.
Like obsessing
Right.
about your body. And, you know, in 100 years, guys, you're going to be dead. Sorry. Like,
facts.
you are not going to be here.
True. It's true.
What is it like? Is it all that matters?
Right.
No. And it's something that I have to remind myself about. You know, we're in the fitness industry. Everybody's in shape.
Yep.
You know, lots of
that is definitely my biggest struggle as a coach. Being the one with the most adipose tissue on my body. I'm always like, oh, I gotta prove that I'm fit. But you know what? I really don't. I know what I'm doing, and that's more important than what my body looks like. And if somebody doesn't like my training because of what my body looks like, I don't want to train them. So it's fine. Like, it works out if you actually, like, remove yourself from the situation. It's our egos. They get really in the way and inflated. So I found that if you're working on some sort of body neutrality and not, like, getting down on the way your body is shaped or even the way your body moves, a good way to kind of cope with that is to actually put your focus on external thing or not external things. So, like, what makes you feel good, right? Let's not look at the outside. Like, what is it that actually makes you feel good when you're in your body?
Sure. Yeah.
And for you, what is the things that make you feel good when you're in your body?
I mean, like, for me, the things that make me feel good, I enjoy working out most of the time.
When you lift something heavy, you always get this, like, really...
Yeah,
like,
I feel empowered.
Yeah.
I feel empowered by lifting heavy weight. I just really enjoy sweating. Makes me happy. I feel like, you know, there's some sort of, like, detox or, like, it's good that that's leaving. I feel better whenever I am capable of picking a healthy food over an unhealthy food. I've been eating really clean, and yesterday I got Shane a burger from Brahms, and I was like looking at it, and he's like, do you want a bite? I'm like, yeah. So I took a bite, and I was like, oh, that was really a big letdown. That was not that good, and I'm super disappointed in that burger.
See, but intuitive eating, that's a thing that I'm working on right now, is that allowing yourself to have that burger was the best thing you could have done.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't feel bad about it.
Because you go, oh, I'm present, I'm enjoying this. Oh, it's not what I thought it was. Okay, I'm glad I didn't get that, right?
Yeah.
So actually denying yourself those things and being like, I'm not going to eat that, will actually set you up for the binge and restrict cycle.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in another episode, though.
Well, yeah, that's a whole, that's a, we're
The
going
binge and
down the
restrict
rabbit hole.
cycle.
It's just interesting, though, because I think we're so quick to judge a larger person when really they may have had the most struggles with binge eating, diet restriction, eating disorders.
Yeah, and that can actually lead to an increased size.
Sure.
Right? So you're in this cycle where you just keep getting bigger because you try and diet, you cut out, and then you gain that back and maybe then some. So that's a whole nother kettle of fish. But I mean, this is a good way if you're looking for inclusivity, if you're looking for somebody who's not going to be mentioning weight loss or any of those types of things, you need to look for health at every size practitioners, people that are going to talk about health in a holistic sort of fashion. It's a great way to start. You could read this book if you want to. There's a couple other things we could talk about real quick, as far as things you can do in your everyday life that can lead you to more of a health at every size approach. First thing I can say is when you go to your doctor, you have the option to not be weighed. The only times that might be important is maybe if you're pregnant or if there's something else that they need to keep track of your weight because it's an important part. So if you're pregnant, they keep track of your weight for gestational diabetes. But for everybody else, if getting on the scale means that you're going to get lectured by your doctor about the Mediterranean diet afterwards, you can absolutely say, I decline to be weighed. I do it all the time. And you know what? They say, well, why? And I say, well, because it leads me to eating disorderly. It leads me to restrict my food, and then I end up binging on food later. So I'd rather just not know and just know that I'm active.
Yeah, I own a scale. I didn't own a scale for probably 4 years.
That's pretty good.
I got rid of, I threw the scale away. I was like, I'm never getting on that thing again. I got to a point where I was like, okay, I now weigh in about once a week. It doesn't have the same effect that it once did. I used to, like a long time ago, that was how I judged how I was going to eat. You know,
yeah,
oh,
and
the
that's
scale
not
says
the way
this.
to, no.
Yeah, right. The scale says this, and it's hard too because you like I could have been gaining muscle, or really it should just be like when I look at myself and what actions I'm doing, is that making me happy?
Yeah,
So I think that if you obsess over the scale, if you weigh yourself every day or every morning, consider.
And if it affects your mood. Right? So like if you see a number on the scale that you're not used to seeing, does it have an impact on the rest of your day? For me, it definitely does. So I don't do it. Yeah. Right? I just say, you know what? I don't need to know because it will negatively impact my day. Regardless of what the number says.
Yeah.
I feel like it would negatively impact my day.
I feel like this is typically more of a woman thing. However,
it depends.
I have known several males that weigh in the morning and weigh at night. Yeah. Weigh in the morning, weigh at night. I'm like, guys.
Kind of depends on your personality, how obsessive you can be about things, right?
Yeah.
Perfectionistic tendency, that's another thing.
It's hard, though, if you, weigh in the morning, see a number you don't want to see, and you're already like, I suck. You know, I'm defeated.
That's when things go out the window. So if you approach it from a place of kindness instead,
yeah.
I mean, it's so much easier said than done, right? Like, I'm so kind to everybody else, but when I look in the mirror, that's when all the negative words come out and stuff like that. So sometimes if you treat yourself almost as a friend, right? If I say, okay, what would I say to you if you were my friend? I would say, hey, listen, your body's going through changes, you're aging, you're not as active as you used to be because of injuries, your body's going to change into a different size, and that's okay. We need to go buy some new pants. I mean, that's another thing that you can do if you're struggling with your size or you're struggling with how you feel. Get some new clothes. Like, do it on a day that you're not having a meltdown, right?
For sure.
Do it with a trusted friend. Go to places, try stuff on, or don't, right? Order stuff online if that's better for you. But order stuff that's like in a bigger size. Go for comfort. And if it's too loose, then get a smaller size, right? Don't go into place with full-length mirrors that are not flattering with the light, right? There's a lot of ways that you can be nicer to your body, and one of them is dressing comfortably.
I love dressing comfortably. I put on regular clothes. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Why do you think we're trainers?
People do this all day?
Yoga pants all day, every day.
Yeah, stretchy pants. Let me get my stretchy pants. So find joy in moving your body. That could be different ways, you know. As I have changed my style of training so many times as far as what the focus is, from super intense. And once I backed off of that intensity, I feel a lot better. And I might have less injuries. Things don't hurt as often. And I still feel like I'm getting a good workout. I'm still in really good shape. I just don't train exactly to the level that I used to. And I just kind of accept that, like, hey, there's other stuff going on. I got a kid, and there, you know, like, you have life that's happening around you. So you take those things into consideration and ask yourself, like, is that how I want to spend my time? You know, do I want to throw the football with my kid? That kind of counts as some movement, I guess. I mean, I'm not sitting. So we talked about eating when you're hungry, and, you know, like, find delicious food that's healthy, that you like. I've been eating the same meal for, like, I think an embarrassingly long time. I think 6 years. Like, it's the easiest to cook. I don't mind. I enjoy Mexican food is my favorite, and it's the healthiest little taco bowl, and I love it. Like, I still
and that works
love
for her, right? So, and what we're talking about is basically making your journey to health work for you, right? And so what Casey's doing in her repetitive eat, that would drive me absolutely insane. I would hate it, and I would end up binging on chocolate cake.
I love it.
I just
don't
would,
have to think.
because I have to have some variety.
Yeah.
But then again, I could eat turkey sandwiches every day for the rest of my life. I don't know why.
I did eat turkey sandwiches for like 3 months.
Well,
okay.
So, like, it's really about finding what works for you, becoming satisfied with the food that you're eating. If you're eating a meal and you're not satisfied, you're more likely to go out and eat something else later. So if you start with the food that you actually want, physically be present in the moment when you're eating that food, you probably won't need something else later.
And let me give you an example. So I typically meal prep and have my kind of days planned out. I like that because I'm always on the go, and it's easy for me to just grab, heat, eat, be done. So even for dinner, when I get home, I'm usually eating out of a container. I don't remember, maybe 5 days ago. I got home, I had worked out real hard the day before, super, like, just feeling extra hungry that day. So I eat my dinner, I get done, I'm like, drink some water, I'm still hungry. I'm gonna go get another meal. So I just walked back out there, got an entire another dinner, heated that up, ate it, was like, okay, I'm content. I feel better now. Like, that was not really in the plan.
Yeah.
But that was me being like, okay, my body is still hungry. I'm gonna eat more.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
it was
also
still
having food available,
still
right?
healthy,
Like,
yeah.
making sure that you have food available that's going to make you feel good after you eat it. That's another thing that you can do.
Absolutely.
There's so many things, and honestly, we're running out of time. So what I would suggest is, if you're interested in this concept, if you're interested in health at every side, if you're interested in becoming more body positive for yourself, for other people, if you want to try and help us, like, break this stigma when it comes to different size bodies, like, talk to us, get in touch, look up Health at Every Size, HAES for short, HAES. You will find so many influencers, so many other people that are on board with this movement. And, you know, let's just be nice to ourselves.
And each other.
Yay!
Yeah.
This is, every time we get together, it's like the hippiest, dippiest podcast. I love it. And the boys are like, lift heavy, and we're like, can we meditate and put on some yoga music?
Woodstock, girl. Yeah.
But honestly, like if we can just be nicer to everyone and ourselves, especially ourselves, because guys, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing fantastic.
Yeah. And remember, you won't be here in 100 years.
So there's that.
Just some
Ever the
perspective.
optimist.
We forget though. We're like, it's going to end, and it's not going to matter.
Life's too short to get stuck on this stuff, folks. Let's be active because it makes us feel good. Let's eat food that makes us happy, and
let's be better humans.
Let's just be there for each other.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching today, the hippie hour. We will be back for more fun. Yeah. Rainbows and unicorns, y'all.
Oh my God.
I am one of your hosts, Casey.
I'm Kendra.
We really enjoyed having you guys. I can't find the cursor, so that's awesome. And we'll be off this video one day.
That's fine.
Okay, you try to find the cursor.
We'll just hang out. Where is it?
Yeah.
La 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 la. Found it.
Hippie hour.